Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday Seeking Heaven channel. I'm your host and spiritual teacher, Tamara Caulder Richardson. Hope you're doing well today and you're having a fun and productive week. But this is a little bit of fun for you and something that you can use what we're going to talk about today to help you, which is honing in on your hidden superpowers. But before we get started, I want to put a couple announcements and then we will rock and roll on this. Okay. So if you haven't signed up for my Academy of Divine Wisdom, please do. You get a free 30-minute Christ-like meditation. I'm also offering this course, Channeling for Divine Wisdom, that's starting July 8th. If you can't be there, no problem, because we have unlimited replays. And that will be a 5-week course, fantastic, that's going to be coming up that you can learn to really hone in on those abilities. And if you listen all the way through to the end, which is going to be a short episode today, I'm going to give you $100 off. I'm going to give you a coupon code. So please stay tuned and watch that. And so, again, there's another promo I have for the same thing. And if you want a spiritual session with me, which I do, evidential mediumship and life path at the Akashic level, readings, including galactic stuff, if that kind of interests you. But the evidential medium is really healing and beautiful. I'm very proud of the work I do for spirit on that. So please sign up. I do this individually and group online all over the world. Works terrific, and you get a copy of the recording. And finally, do check out my store, seekingheavenchannelstore.com. And I have terrific products there. The Galactic Federation, Rockstar Seed, I work for the Office of Christ, all designed by yours truly. And it does help support this channel. So thank you for being here today. So I want to talk about our topic today, which is honing in on your hidden superpowers. Look what they're doing. If you can see, they're just blasting back. Those are the light blast. I'm going to talk about that some today. If you haven't seen the episode before this, please do. That is Awakening Your Superpowers, where I do cover the extensive, I might have left out one, but the extensive abilities that we all do have. And so today, the second part, I'm going to talking about honing in. A lot of you, and I say hidden, is they're not, they may be hidden from you. True. Okay. Some of the abilities, but then some of those you're hiding in. And I kind of think that's more where I want to talk about things. Now, like I said on the episode before, Awakening Your Superpowers, please watch that. I go into a lot of depth, and I'll just mention a couple things from that. But I did talk about some of the supernatural spiritual abilities that that you may have, and you may have one or more, is empathic, psychic knowing, precognition, communication with spirit people, channeling info from other realms, transfiguration, direct voice, telekinesis, seeing through someone else's eyes, mind control. Don't really like that. I don't like that one. But remote viewing, light and plasma manipulation, which is energy manipulation, time travel, shape shifting, electromagnetism, and more. There's more because there's aberration, as well as there's just so much. There's so much more. Resurrection. It's not really. It's more of a Jesus job. He's totally resurrected me 6 times, but I guess I'm supposed to be here. I'm not done, right? So these are just a few. So I want you to think about yours. I want you to write it in the chat. And now's your time to be bold. Write it in the chat. Tell me what you think your abilities are and why you don't tell people these things. Why you don't. Okay. And if you are a light worker and you are a professional and you do, like, say you're a healer, and are you a full-time healer or are you part-time? And are there other gifts that you haven't maybe looked at? Okay. So if you're already in the spiritual business, what other areas have you not developed or taken further? And if you have abilities but haven't used it, and you get things, maybe it's not consistent, maybe it is, then why are you not sharing it? What are you hiding? Come out and play. Come out and play with other superheroes like me. I want you as my superhero friend. So let's first talk about what honing, the word definition honing means, and it is a noun. Okay. So honing is the act or process of sharpening something. Okay, that's what it means, honing. Okay, and another would be the act or process of improving or perfecting a skill, an idea, concept, blah, blah, blah. What I'm talking at this point is a skill. Okay. And like everything, you go, well, I was born with this so and so. So to give you a little background, when I had, my near death experiences help because that really jumps you out of your body. You don't look at the world the same. So early on, it started with prenatal, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old, 34. Okay. But the one that I was 5, I was dead 2 hours. Okay. Pneumonia. That's where I hung out with Jesus for 3 days. All right. So, you know, that can get you there and trigger you. So can meditation. So can deep prayer. Okay. That's another one. So can a Kundalini awakening. So can other spiritually transformative experiences, such as if you saw, someone who passed at the end of your bed, that might kind of change you, right? You're like, whoa, right? Or any kind of other world experience, whether it be with a cryptid, Bigfoot, whatever, fairies, whatever, it can change you, right? And it can spark that spiritual uh, awareness within you. And also, if you have gifts, heighten them or it can open them. Um, most of my life, I tried to hide them. I always had gifts and talked to spirit, saw new things, talked to spirit people, which I didn't really want to, but they would come to my bedroom every night and talk to me. Most were just confused. Some were nice. Some were just confused. And then I had darker things I had to deal with. And in this course that I have, I'll show you how to handle that because they're out there. But honestly, when you're at a certain higher vibration, and if you bring Christ in the picture or a higher, like God, you're not going to have a problem there, um, because you're tuning in to 111 radio, not 666. You're tuning into something beautiful, and so that's what you're going to get. But early on, I had an array of different things, and I think it was part of my training, but I had no one to talk to, right? So I would start studying. So 11 or 12 years old, I would study. I'd go to the library, read Edgar Casey. Loved reading that. Uh, I've read many things, Swedenborg, different spiritual books, many, many, many. And then I've trained 8 years with well-known evidential stage, TV mediums, authors to perfect this. And it's, look back and it was in 2018 that I actually taught mediumship at the Edgar Casey Center, and I was so blessed. I mean, I could really feel his presence. I was surprised because I wasn't sure if I would feel it or not, but I did, and it just felt it felt I just felt grateful, just really, really grateful. So let me tell you, I think I'm saying to you what I would tell anyone, and I do it myself, is that I believe that we're all students and we're all teachers, right? Because you know something more than the next person. But there are people that are more advanced. I've dedicated my entire life to this, my choice, but never had kids. I just dedicated every single second to advancing my spirituality so I could help this world and help people like you. But now it's really time with my Academy of Divine Wisdom. Well, I should do a plug right there. There you go. That to really give back, because it's time that we really look at and hone in, all of us, what our spiritual abilities are. There's no reason now for us to be in fear for any reason of using them. We are not going to be burned at the stake. It is not going to happen. And you also want to be able to be careful who you talk to these things about. You'd be surprised how many more people are open about this kind of thing, about knowing things or having healing abilities. So I want you to right now, I want you to think about this or write it down in the chat. What are your spiritual abilities? I named a few. And then I want to ask you, I said the word hidden, and I think that means, what are gifts that you have that you've told anyone or really looked at? And why is that? What is it? Why are you holding back, not looking at that or telling people about these abilities? Just curious. There's no wrong answers here. So put that down. a lot of people are worried what others think. And quite honestly, my experience has been the people that attack you, or either they don't understand. So it's fear and stupidity together, a mixture, a nice little mixture of soup there, or they're jealous. Okay. And I had a really good teacher, one of them, Lisa Williams, who I'm certified as an advanced psychic medium through her. Also trained a lot with Tony Stockwell in the UK um, for about 8 years. But Lisa did say, when people say things or give you crap about being a person with spiritual abilities, it's because they're jealous. I just want you to remember that when you feel you need a little confidence booster. So, what is it that's holding you back, and why? The other thing is, what are you waiting for? Those of you in a waiting mode, what are you waiting for? Waiting on the tone scale is very close to death. Waiting for death. So the time is now. They're waiting for what? I don't know, someone's permission, maybe. Waiting for to have enough time to train, waiting to have enough money. Look, if you want something, you can make payments on it. I did. I've invested and my husband's help too. Me and my husband, a lot in my abilities. And so, like anything, the more training and the more practice you get, the better you are. Okay. So it's a matter of commitment, even if you just use it for yourself. So I think that people have abilities, and I believe that they're God given, and it's up to you to be able to be spiritually ready and mature to be able to do that when it's the right time. So if you're waiting, this is a this is a big one here. Most of the time, people are waiting for someone to say, "Okay, go ahead and do it. You're so great." So they're waiting for really acceptance, and that's never going to truly happen, because if you're a spiritual leader, right? They're not going to, the normal person out here is not going to really truly understand you anyway, right? So, but people like me will. You're like my homie, okay? People like us, like, oh yeah, this is like everyday talk. So the acceptance is, who are you looking for that acceptance from? Because if you're looking for a community, like my community at my school, on this channel, then you're going to go to the right people. So think about who that acceptance is, and who that you've maybe received um, bad or negative, derogatory comments or made fun of you. I know I have my whole life. Oh, I was the weird person, whatever. This is my philosophy on that. Come out big. If you come out big, yep, so and so. I talk about Bigfoot. Yep, I talk about these things. I have these people on. Yes, I'm talked at the Atlantis conference as being a high priestess shapeshifter. Oh yeah, I don't care. I just go out that much bigger. My family's just given up at this point. They go, wow, she just puts herself out there, and then they just kind of like, and you just show someone love and say, look, it's cool. If it's not for you, it's all good. It's fine. No, it's cool. Don't worry about it. I know I live, in my own world here, and let them be them and you be you. But that's going to be, as long as people know that you're not going to leave them behind, that love you, and that they don't have to go down the path that you do. Just, hey, my path's different, I totally get it. I get that. That they're usually pretty good. All right, but that's really honing, we should say owning. So you want to own before you hone, because when you own it's like, yeah, I do it. Yeah, and I'm good at it. Then you can, once you own it, that's what I love this. I light up when I'm able to, um, you know, heal someone or channel information from the other side, or I'm so alive when I do that. I'm so happy. It's like a drug. I love it. It is like a drug, by the way. A natural drug. I always say there's no high like the most high, because that is true. So this is something I want you to really look at and dig deep and do the do the work. Do the work within yourself, because it's really our own spiritual responsibility to look at what we are and what we have to offer ourselves, and then to the world. Okay. So people reverse it. They go, oh, we want to help people. No, you need to help yourself first. You need to invest in yourself. And spiritual development is education, if you're getting it from the right person, it's not woo-woo stuff, okay? There are exact methods and ways and things that you can do to get to certain places and certain techniques that people that are trained know. So, how do you think learning more about your superpowers will help you? Question. You can write it in the chat. Your family and your community and really the world. So, how would that be? I mean, if you know things ahead of time, and I have to tell you, those that are prophetic, and I left that out earlier, the prophecies, the prophetic side of things, that's been shifting a lot. So they're doing some funky stuff with the timeline. I'm not going to blame anyone here, but there's some, uh, but that's what's going on. Even Jesus came to me and said, they're doing things with the timeline, but it's not working out for them. I'm like, okay. But so I'll see something that's going to happen. I'm like, wow, that doesn't look good. And then it'll just like evaporate. Now, if I keep getting it, then I'm like, chances are something's going to roll out, but things are shifting. I don't know if you've noticed that, any of you that are seers out there, the psychic information. Now, but the stuff that, like, are they going to have a boy or a girl, or I think, they're going to get a job opportunity. That stuff kind of sticks, okay? But like world stuff, it's moving around a lot, right? And we don't really have control of that. I mean, we have control to the fact that we can be in control of ourselves and our environment and spread love, right? And decide that we want more unity and love instead of division. That's just some propaganda from whatever. That's really not our business. Our business is our business. And to be able to be the best version of ourselves, like Jesus told me, be the love you were created to be. That's a tough one because that means that you have to love people when they're not so loving. That's an that's not easy all the time. So I want you to think, what do you think learning more about your superpowers could do to help you? Because it does help me. I mean, do I make a lot of money? No. But am I happy? I'm super happy because I'm living my true self. Okay? Not a false self, my true self. And there's layers to that. I never thought I'd be talking to ultradimensionals or Aster, the Commander Aster of the Galactic Federation. Yeah, yeah. And but as well as many others, the Palladians, Arcturians, Syrians, all of that, very nice. They're trying to help us out, and well, more in an influence kind of way. There's other things they're doing, but they can't really get involved. We have to kind of, handle our own affairs here. So my thing to you is stop waiting and awaken. Let me say it again. Stop waiting and awaken. Wherever you are, whether you've been doing this a while, there's still another level, okay? And feel uncomfortable, but be excited about it and join forces with others like me to help humanity with your superpower abilities. It's just that easy. So I'm going to put one last time this up, the Channeling for Divine Wisdom. It is a 5-week course. I promised you I was going to give you your $100 off. It's $444. What a deal. It really is a deal. Putting a lot into it, putting a lot of extra stuff. And you can find it here. Register at academyofdivinewisdom.com. This is kind of long, Channeling for Divine Wisdom. You don't need to remember all that. Just remember academyofdivinewisdom.com. You can look under events. You can look under products, and it will say Channeling Divine. You'll see it right up. And let me give you your code. Your code is divine. I'm giving you a divine code. Would that be an activation? Yeah, I'm activating you to get in this course and meet people like you, because me as your teacher, it is a safe, sacred space, and I will look after you. And I really want to interact with people, send questions, and then as the course ends off, then what I will do is I will offer affordable monthly training and practice sessions, and I will be able to help facilitate and let you know I can actually go into you've got the code now, right? So but I'll be able to go in and be able to energetically see what's going on when you have a link, right? And so a lot of recall is going to come back to you doing this. Your other abilities are going to they're all going to enhance. I'll be also showing you the chart of spiritual development, the chart of consciousness, different ways that I do protection and grounding techniques that are very, very effective. Also, ways that I do meditation. There's different meditations, and I introduce you to the I Am series because when we talk about I Am, we're invoking God in us. It's kind of a big deal, right? I am. That's the I Am that always has been, the whole source of everything, God. So when you do the I Am, it really is like, whoa, so powerful. Even the first few times I did it, I didn't even believe it. And I was like, whoa, this is amazing. So that's going to get you to the higher realms. And then I'm going to walk you through all of that. So I have a lot to cover. I'm going to cover I'm going to cover some clairs. I'm going to cover the clairs above the chakras, right? And I'm going to cover some things you haven't heard before. And I'm going to give you my secrets on how I connect. And hopefully, this will be our starting point of a beautiful relationship. So I hope you enjoyed today and that that here it is, that you honing in on your hidden superpowers, and do consider joining me in this course starting July 8th. And again, if you can't make every time, don't worry about it because it's unlimited replay. So you'll be able to see it when you want, and then you'll be able to ask me questions, and then we'll have practice. And then depending on what the students want, we'll afterwards, after this particular um, this course, this master course, then we can meet once or twice a month, depending on what the students want, for an additional small fee. I haven't figured that out yet. I got to figure what people want, and I want to get that feedback. So, look, I really appreciate you watching today, and have a beautiful, blessed day. And know that divinity lives within you, that you are so worth it. And join me so I can help you uh, really help you to hone in on those superpowers that are there innately within you. God bless everybody. Have a terrific day. Much love. Please subscribe, like, and make comments, and support this channel by becoming a member. Thank you for your continued support.